God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. I call on you on this day. Simon Ekpa.
Good afternoon, fellow BIAFRANS all over the world. Good afternoone, one Nigeria morons. Good afternoon, those who are not disappointed after yesterday's court ruling, which we know. I want you to understand one thing. There is still room to join the Biafra liberation. The door is open for you to join, so you don't say, had I known. All of you who wrote petition against Simon Ekpa, what is your fate today? Are you going to ask for forgiveness from God? Or do you still want to wallow in your delusional state of Nigeria? The time is now. We've gone far.
Alright, depending on your time zone and your location. That's about the 3rd day of June 2025. And from today on for 8 days, call for Mazi Simon Ekpa to still reappear in court again, because from the update I need as now on 11th of June, Mazi Simon Ekpa appear again at the Pajami court na Lati, Finland. Alright, Nkemazi Nnamdi Kanu book on the 13th of June. Are you understanding anything? 11th of June, 13th of June. Can it be Nkemazi Simon Ekpa? Can it be Nkemazi Nnamdi Kanu? This particular video was a play runu. Can't you watch here from beginning to the end, where a prophetess, a woman of God, was actually saying so many things about Mazi Simon Ekpa, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, Dr. Ngozi Orabueze. A prophet, a spiritualist, a prophetess, a man of God. Media for my Kabubia Biafra, media for anything but Sata Biafra. Man, no more if enough. Meche church again, Meche ministry, you know more if enough. So I'm going to settle down and watch this video calmly from beginning to the end. The lady said a lot of things like this video in a day, Actually, just settle on down, rapid for me. Watch this video from beginning to the end. You watch it here, you want to drop your opinion in the comment section. It's for to start the video. Don't worry, need the full video. Watch the rest of the video. I'll be right back.
A young man from the heart of Biafra land, right there in Ibegu, straight away, right there to a place called Abia State, rose up, called Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Rose up and said, no, I cannot take this. I want my people to visualize the shortest lived republic called Biafra. What happened to their currency? What happened to their technology? What happened to their armies? What happened to their people? What happened to their culture? What happened to all of the things that they were known with? And they asked questions, and these questions was not answered. And the young man took up his microphone and took up his telephones and took off his iPad and took off his table and took off his iPhone and took off the tablet and went on air and began to talk to his people, to orientate his people. And he said that freedom is the greatest achievement of every man. And he began to incite many things that has to do with marginalization. But I'm major prophet. I don't like to blame any tribe. I like to blame all these things to people who are in helm of affair, who did not sit down and agree on the right way for everybody and children yet unborn. And this man pushed and pushed and pushed and pushed, and the time came, he was somehow wanted to be completely silenced. But you know, the truth can never be silenced. You can only attack the truth, but you cannot silence the truth. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu stood up with the Biafra and began to, educate his people and begin to open the eye of his people and begin to tell them that this world we are is not the way we think it used to be. Because we think that the world is a place you come and you suffer. Whatever you want, you cannot get it. You struggle and struggle. Hunger will kill you. And at the end of it all, you buy it and you go. He said it's not like that. that he has tested many and have traveled abroad and have seen things that a child can actually be born and taken care of by the government. That there's no issue of somebody is a big man and this one is a small man. That all the capability of every individual is dependent on your strength and what you can do or what you cannot do. That is not dependent on how much was embezzled and how much was taken away and your father was not among the people who embezzled the money. That you can actually fulfill your dream if it's a working society where everybody is equal, a place where everybody can be regarded as a human being and not treated as if they are animals. And because of this, powers that be said, how can somebody come up with this that we have silenced already? And they took him up, they locked him up. At the end of it all, they released him and they regretted. Why should we release him? Let's end his matter. They came up again, they tried to bind and they escaped. And at the end of it all, he surfaced again and they also went far away and bring him back to come and face and suffer what he did not know. But thanks be to Jehovah God who made the heaven and earth, who never fail nor disappoint, that understand what's called the meaning of the place called Biafra and what it all stands for. Thanks be to God that God did not disappoint his people, and God is able to do all of the things he said he will do. And today God has given the capability and the matter is already in the court of law to be discussed and also to be tried. Another man all the way right there in Finland called this was called a name called, this is Simon Ekpa right there in Finland. He came up with his own ideology and did his own part regarding this same Biafra matter. At the end, the powers that be went there and took him up and silenced him, and believing that the chapter is closed. But the major prophet, as a prophet of God who sees it all and by the grace of God knows all the things that the Lord is revealing, has a message. And this very message is a very special message that everybody should be aware of it. And what is the message all about? The message is that you cannot silence an ideology. If you stop me from what I want to do, my children will do that. If you stop my children will do that. If you try to stop them, the one coming after them will do that. Because this was called a DNA. This was called the blood vessel. This was called the bloodline. You cannot erase the bloodline, or you cannot change the DNA. And Lord said that the best way forward is for the country Nigeria to recognize Biafra. To recognize Biafra. And also recognize their people. And discuss a way that they can manage each other and live together, because it's not only Biafra. I'm also hearing people talking about Oduduwa. I'm also hearing people talking about Ariwas. I'm also hearing the people that talk about, I say they are the Nigeria. If you like, you take Oduduwa. You like, you take Biafra. You take Ariwa. That they are the Nigeria. You leave the Nigeria for them. Let them be. If we all are going to still stay and be there together, let us live as human and live as brothers. Let us live as people who will always look eyeball to eyeball. Whatever I know I will do to you that will be painful to you, I shouldn't do it. Whatever I know that I will do that is evil, I cannot do it myself, I should not do it to you. And I thought that all of these things are over, that we have integrated together to be living as what's called one Nigeria. I've never seen a country they call one, mention the country name. I've never heard one European nation. I've never heard one Germany. I've never heard one Italy. I've never heard one America. I've never heard one India. I've never heard one anything. That means something is hidden there. That's what's called a great injustice going up there and there, here and there, that needed to be attended to as regarding the tribe that is called the people of Biafra. If you like, you take my word as a prophet of God. If you like, you don't take it. But if this matter is not settled amicably, it will never ever quench them. The matter will never stop. Biafra must continue to prevail, and at the end of it all, we come back to live as a republic of its own. I'm giving you as a prophecy, and that is must. That's what the major prophet have seen it before. I've seen it and I prophesied it here, and I've said it several times, and I've said it often and often, and And I am not afraid to say this because I am a prophet. God will ask me and say, on the last day, did you saw it or you did not? Then I will tell God, I saw it. Why didn't you say it out? I will say, oh, I didn't say it out because I'm ashamed, or because of this, or because of that. And the Bible says, whosoever is ashamed of me in this world, I will be ashamed of him in the years to come, when I will be in my Father's house. So the truth of the matter remains that we should tell ourselves the truth. Are we together or we are against each other? Are we one or we are scattered? And I begin to look at everywhere, and I begin to see that it is time that people struggle only for power. And I said, if it is only for power, let us continue to see whether the power will change. And I thought we have gotten it right when we entered the civilian rule in 1999. President Olusegun Obasanjo. We thought everything is going to be okay and perfect. And before we know it, what the dollar used to be, all of a sudden it went up. All of a sudden some certain things begin to happen and happen and happen. At the end of it all, I said this time around, it is going to inculcate the people of Biafra in fullness. Instead of that to happen, the power was moved to the north. And a man called Yaradua came in with a good heart, a man that is detribalized, a man that is ready to move the country forward, a man that is concerned about what is best for everybody. He left the price of petroleum where he found it and did not do otherwise, but came up with ideas on how to manage the country and take us to next level. And the powers that be say, no, this is not what we want for these people. It's better we take him out. And the Yaradua was taken out by all means.
God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. I call on you on this day. Simon Ekpa. Oh God of the Jewish, God of the Israelites, I summon you. I summon you. Chukwa kike primi fenine. Anama kokugi. Chukwa kike primi fenine. Anama kokugi. Chukwa kike primi fenine. Anama kokugi. Chukwa kike primi fenine.